In this first video, we will be discussing the first topic for second quarter, which is the personal relationship. So let us now have the overview of our topic. Relationships are necessary for our survival as a species and as an individual. Relationships define our own humanity because through our interaction with others, we learn about human behavior and emotions and how to communicate with each other. There are many types of relationships depending on the nature of interaction that exist between two or more entities. So I don't have to elaborate the definition of relationship because we all know what relationship is. And sabi dyan, there are different types of relationships. Meron tayong tinatawag na business-related relationship, family relationship, we have the professional relationship, the friendly relationship, and of course, lastly, we have the romantic relationship. In discussing personal relationship, meron daw tayong iba't ibang element na madidiscuss. And they are the attachment, the attraction, love and intimacy, and we have the commitment. Now let us find out the definition of personal relationship. This is the type of relationship which is closely associated with a person and which can only have a meaning to this person. Privacy and intimacy are two characteristics that define personal relationship. And it also involves a degree of commitment to another person or persons. Now, when we say personal relationship, diyan pumapasok sila family, yung friendly, and the romantic relationship. Kasi nga, that kind of relationship is too personal and kayo lang ang nakakaalam ng tunay na kahulugan and nangyayari sa loob ng inyong relationship. That's why privacy and intimacy are two characteristics that define a personal relationship. When we say privacy, that is being low-key or being private. Dahil siya nga ay isang personal relationship, hindi naman kinakailangan na lahat ng kilos nyo ay alam ng ibang tao, di ba? If you can recall my example, sinabi ko doon na kaya hindi nagiging or nag-work yung mga relationship ng mga vlogger kasi wala na silang natitirang privacy sa kanilang relationship. Lahat ay nalalaman ng kanilang mga supporters, lahat ay pwedeng pakialaman ng kanilang mga bashers. Kaya kadalasan, hindi talaga nag-work yung kanilang relationship. Kasi nga, wala sila nung characteristic ng isang personal relationship, which is the privacy. And then we have the intimacy. When we say intimacy, that is the bond or the closeness na nabubuo sa isang personal relationship. And dahil nga meron kayong relationship, syempre, dapat daw kayo ay committed. And yung salitang commitment, hindi lang naman yan sa isang romantic relationship itself nag-exist. Pwede rin yan sa family and of course sa inyong mga friends, best friends or close friends. So next, we will be discussing the elements that go with the personal relationship. And the first one is the attachment. The very first meaningful relationship that every human being encounters is with one's mother. Ayan, yung pinakauna daw na meaningful na relationship na i-encounter ng isang tao ay isa inyong mga nanay. Kahit daw before kayong ipanganak, meron na daw na-establish na mother and child relationship. And yung intimacy daw or yung closeness na nabuo nung kayo ay nasa tiyan pa lang ng inyong nanay, pwede pa daw yung ma-nurture or ma-develop kapag kayo ay ipinanganak na. And on the other hand, yung mga careless pregnant mother naman, yung mga hindi kayo inaalagaan nung kayo ay nasa tiyan pa lang nila, pwede nila kayong maapektuhan at mag-iwan sa inyo yon habang kayo ay baby pa ng isang psychological and emotional sparks kahit hindi pa lang kayo ipinapanganak. Kaya 'di ba napapansin niyo yung mga nanay, kahit nasa tiyan pa lang kinakausap na, nilalaro na, nilalambing na because that is very healthy for the baby. Now, we have three attachment styles according to Ainsworth, Blehar, Waters, and Wall. And the first one is the secure attachment. When we say secure attachment, it is when the primary caregiver is most of the time present and available and when all the emotional needs of an infant are met, providing a sense of security to the infant. Chances are high that a child who is exposed to this style of attachment will grow up to have more and secure, stable relationships. Kapag si primary caregiver daw ay palaging nandyan sa tabi mo nung ikaw ay bata or baby pa, Hindi ka pinapabayaan at nagpo-provide ang iyong mga needs, most especially ang iyong emotional needs, which is sobrang kailangan ng pag ikaw ay bata pa. Nagde-develop daw yon or nagde-develop daw yon sa iyo as an infant ng tinatawag nating sense of security. Ibig sabihin, you are comfortable and confident na anytime na iiyak ka, anytime na magugutom ka at naikailangan ka, alam mong merong nandyan sa tabi mo para i-provide ang iyong needs. And dahil daw doon, there is a high chance na kapag ikaw ay exposed kay secure attachment, lalaki ka na meron kang secure and isang stable na relationship. The next attachment style is the avoidant attachment. It is when the primary caregiver is cold and detached and even unresponsive to a child's needs. The child senses rejection, and this often leads to premature detachment and self-reliance. A person who experiences this style of attachment in infancy and childhood will oftentimes experience unstable relationships with others in the future. Kapag naman daw si primary caregiver ay cold, walang intimacy and unresponsive sa iyong mga pangangailangan as a child, nagre-result yon sa tinatawag naman natin na sense of rejection. Kung kay secure attachment, meron tayong tinatawag na sense of security. Dito naman kay avoidant attachment, meron tayong tinatawag na sense of rejection. Kung saan ang feeling niya ay walang nagkikare sa kanya at wala siyang ibang pwedeng malapitan. And this often leads to premature detachment kapag ipapanganak ka pa lang. Ayan, pwede ka daw maging premature kapag unresponsive si nanay nung ikaw ay pinagbubuntis. Ayun nga, yun yung mga careless pregnant mother. Pwede yung mag-iwan sa iyo ng isang, or pwede kanyang maapektuhan kapag ikaw ay nasa tiyan pa lamang niya. And of course, the self-reliance, meaning dahil nga wala kang matatakbuhan, sa sarili mo lang ikaw nagre-rely or dumedepende. Yung mga lumaki ng ganitong attachment style, pwede silang maka-experience ng isang unstable relationship with others in the future. 'Di ba? During the discussion, tinanong ko kayo about negative result in secure attachment. Si avoidant attachment naman, kahit negative siya pakinggan, natututunan naman natin na huwag tayong dumepende sa ibang tao. Kasi nga, pinalaki tayo or na-expose tayo kay avoidant attachment. That's why, sanay na tayo na sa sarili lang natin tayo lumalapit. Last, we have the anxious ambivalent attachment. When we say anxious ambivalent attachment, it is when the primary caregiver is not consistent in terms of presence and in meeting a child's emotional needs. Often, a person who experiences this style of attachment in childhood may develop separation anxieties with a loved one or may have mixed feelings between hesitancy and commitment when entering into meaningful relationships. Kapag naman daw si primary caregiver ay very inconsistent, minsan nandyan, minsan nakakapag-provide, and minsan naman ay hindi, nagre-result daw yun to a child ng tinatawag natin na separation anxiety or yung takot na mapahiwalay ka pa ulit kasi alam mo nga na siya ay inconsistent and pwede rin siyang magbigay ng mixed feelings between hesitancy and commitment when entering a relationship in the future. Again, si anxious ambivalent attachment, nagre-result siya kay separation anxiety and pwede ka rin niyang bigyan ng mixed feelings between hesitancy and commitment pagpapasok ka na ng relasyon in the future. Pag tumatanda na yung mga taong exposed sa ganyang attachment style, kay anxious ambivalent attachment, sila yung mga taong takot sumugal, pero gusto naman nilang magmahal. Di ba merong mga taong fling-fling lang, pero deep down their hearts, gusto rin nilang maranasan ng isang, or gusto rin nilang makaranas ng isang serious relationship. Kaya nga lang, nung sila ay bata, na-expose sila kay anxious ambivalent attachment. And feeling nila, lahat ng nakapaligid sa kanila ay inconsistent. Pwedeng mawawala at pwedeng hindi. Kasi nga na-develop na sa sarili na yung separation anxieties and mixed feelings between hesitancy and commitment. So those are the three attachment styles. First one, we have the secure attachment, which could result to a sense of security or pagiging confident and comfortable mo na anytime na iiyak ka, may magpo-provide sa'yo ng mga needs mo. Next, we have the avoidant attachment dahil nga careless si mother, dahil nga hindi na po provide ang mga needs mo. Pwede yung mag-lead kay premature detachment kapag ipapanganak ka pa lang and self-reliance, meaning sa sarili mo lang ikaw tatakbo dahil wala kang ibang matatakbuhan. And nagbibigay din yun sa isang infant or sa isang child na tinatawag nating sense of rejection. And then lastly, we have the anxious ambivalent attachment, which could result to separation anxieties and mixed feelings between hesitancy and commitment in the future. Okay, the second element that we have is the attraction. When we say attraction, when attraction between two persons is discussed, it is often understood as based on physical appearance. While this might be true to a certain extent, there is more to attraction that we already know. Already know. Tama naman, 'di ba? Let's be honest. Kadalasan talaga kapag naa-attract ka dahil yun kay physical appearance. For example nga, first time mong makita ang isang tao, ang sasabihin mo ba agad, uy, na-attract ako sa kanya kasi ang bait. So, syempre, hindi, di ba? Kasi hindi naman kayo nag-usap, hindi naman kayo nag-interact. Basically, na-attract ka lang kasi pogi or maganda siya or maganda ang kanyang physical appearance. But sabi ni Helen, meron pa daw mas malalim na meaning si attraction. Nagbigay siya sa atin ng 3 stages of falling in love. But it doesn't mean na stages ay pagkakasunod-sunod ha. Kumbaga, in falling in love, pwedeng in this relationship, nandito ka sa stage na to, or dito naman sa next relationship mo, nandito ka naman, and so on. Okay, the first stage that is given to us by Helen is what we call lust. When we say lust, it is driven by the sex hormones, testosterone and estrogen. And those hormones or these hormones affect both sexes. Ayan, di ba? When you are in the stage of lust, you feel physically attracted and drawn to the object of your affection. Ibig sabihin, kaya ka lang nandyan sa relasyon na yan, or kaya ka lang attracted sa isang tao kasi may gusto kang makuha. Definitely, lust is far different from what we call love. Kaya dapat, pagpapasok kayo sa isang romantic relationship, make sure boys that you have a clean intention, and girls, huwag naman basta-basta bibigay or maniniwala sa salita kahit sa gawa ng mga lalaki. Kilalanin munang mabuti, alamin muna kung malinis ba ang kanilang intention. The next stage is what we call attraction. Attraction is described as the love-struck phase, and this is the stage when a person loses sleep and appetite over someone and swoons while daydreaming of this special person. Now, in this stage, you begin to be obsessed about your lover and crave his presence. Sabi nga ni Fisher, may mas malalim pa daw na meaning si attraction. Hindi lang siya basta about kay physical appearance. Siguro doon lang siya nagsisimula, pero kapag nakasama and nakilala mo na yung person that you are attracted with, mas lumalalim na yung feeling. So, diyan na ang mabilis na pagtibok ng puso, ayan na si kilig, ayan na si pag-i-imagine, ayan na si pag-daydream. Pero when we say attraction, hindi pa rin naman siya ganun kalalim kapag usapang love. Kumbaga sa relasyon, siya yung ligawan stage, yung mga unang buwan stage, pakiligan, puro saya lang, puro kilig lang. Pero syempre, we all know that love is deeper than kilig, love is deeper than saya. That's why meron tayong another stage which is the attachment. When we say attachment, it is when the couple in love decides to continue with the relationship that they end with the relationship. They enter the attachment style where long-lasting commitments are exchanged and may lead to raising a family. It involves wanting to make a more lasting commitment to your loved one. This is the point at which you may move on together or move in together, get married, or have children. Kumbaga kapag ikaw ay naki-attachment style, pinatibay na kayo ng inyong bond and experiences niyo together. Kaya sigurado na kayo sa isa't isa. So those are the 3 stages of falling in love given to us by Helen. First is lust, second is the attraction, and then lastly, we have the attachment. The next element is the love and intimacy. The love and intimacy um, has different definition. The first one is it is a strong feeling or of affection and concern toward another person, as that arising from kinship or close friendship. A strong feeling of affection and concern for another person accompanied by sexual attraction, a feeling of devotion or adoration toward God or a God, or it could also be a feeling of kindness or concern by God or a God toward humans. And then lastly, the sexual desire or activity, the pleasure of love or a night of love. Based on this three definition, we see several angles of what love is. Ito daw ay isang emotion, ang love daw ay isang feeling, isang virtue, isang action, and of course, isa siyang experience. Ayan, pwede siyang maging isang experience na makapagbibigay sa atin ng lesson. Love is also defined differently in different cultures. Now, in this section, we will present another theory, but this time it is about the different components of love as theorized in Robert Sternberg's triangular theory of love. And the three components are, the first one, we have the intimacy. When we say intimacy, that is the lovely moment when someone understands and validates us. Being intimate with another person is about being open and vulnerable to that person whom we deeply trust, who we feel connected with, and who values us with unconditional, positive regard. Again, when we say intimacy, pagiging close mo yan sa isang tao, 'di ba? When we have this intimate and strong connection with one person, we feel love and secure kasi alam nga natin na meron tayong tao or merong tao na nagmamahal at pwede nating lapitan anytime. Next, we have the commitment. So, dapat daw kapag papasok ka sa relationship, dapat alam mo itong tatlong to ay naandoon sa inyong relationship para malaman mo na mahal ka talaga ng taong yun. So when we say commitment, an act of deciding to consistently fulfill and live by agreements made with another person, entity, or cause, and where the values of integrity and respect serves as a guide to one's behavior and thinking. So commitment in a love relationship is expressed continuously in caring and loving actions for the beloved. So this component of love talks about you being committed to one person. It involves trust, care, and most especially your honesty to that specific person. Just because you are in a relationship doesn't mean that you are in love. Of course, para masabi niyo na talaga kayo ay in love, kailangan na andun si component ng love, which is the commitment. So you must be committed to each other and have a sense of security by means of having an intimate relationship. Lastly, we have the passion, the intense state of being that drives and consumes a person to pursue an interest, a vision, or a person. Dahil meron na nga kayong extreme closeness or intimacy, which is the first component of love, and both of you are committed to each other or commitment, the second component of love, you should also have the third component, which is the passion, or yung kagustuhan nyo na ma-pursue ang inyong interest, your own vision for yourself and for your partner, and of course, para ma-pursue mo until the end at hindi lang sa simula yung taong yon. So, dapat consistent ka from the day one na nagkakilala kayo or nanligaw ka hanggang nasa relationship na kayo. So let's have a recap before I end this video. Our topic is personal relationship. And when we say personal relationship, magpo-focus yan kay na family, kay na close friends, best friends, and kay romantic relationship. And meron daw siyang iba't ibang element. And the first element is what we call the attachment. O ano ba si attachment? Si attachment ay nagsisimula kay mother, and yung closeness daw ay nade-develop sa atin kahit hindi pa daw tayo ipinapanganak. Meron na daw tayong tinatawag na mother and child relationship. And meron binigay sa atin na tatlong attachment styles. Ang una ay si secure attachment, kapag si primary caregiver ay palaging nandyan sa tabi mo and provide ang needs mo, re-result yun kay sense of security. The second one is the avoidant attachment. Kapag si primary caregiver naman daw ay cold, walang intimacy and unresponsive, pwede siyang mag-result kay sense of rejection. Pwede ka maging premature kapag nasa tiyan ka pa lang ni mother. And of course, the self-reliance kung saan alam mo sa sarili mo na sarili mo lang ang pwede mong matakbuhan and wala ng ibang tao. Lastly, we have the anxious ambivalent attachment wherein si primary caregiver ay inconsistent na nagre-result sa isang child ng separation anxiety and ng isang mixed feelings between hesitancy and commitment kapag siya ay e-enter na ng isang serious or romantic relationship in the future. The second element is the attraction. And nagbigay si Helen ng tatlong stages of love. The first one is lust, second is the attraction itself, and the third one is the attachment. Next element, we have the love and intimacy, which is maraming meaning. And si Robert, binigyan niya tayo ng tatlong components of love. We have the intimacy, the commitment, and the passion. So before I end this video, again, I just want to remind you, yan, all failed relationship hurt or all failed relationships hurt, but losing someone who doesn't appreciate and respect you is actually a gain and not a loss. Lahat talaga ay masakit, pero kung alam mong yung taong yan ay hindi ka naman nire-respeto, hindi ka na minamahal at hindi ka na binavalue, hindi sila kawalan. Kung hindi sila kawalan, pero sila ay isang lesson, sila ay isang gain, sila ay isang experience na pwede mo pang magamit kapag papasok ka ulit ng next relationship mo. No relationship is all sunshine, but two people can share one umbrella and survive the storm together. Wala talagang relationship na puro saya lang, puro sunshine lang, dadating at dadating talaga ang problema. So, nasa sa inyo yon. Kung gusto nyo ba na kayo ay magtigisa ng payong para suubin yung storm or mag-share kayo ng one umbrella and hindi magpatalo sa problema. So, that's the end of our topic and that's the end of this video. Thank you and sorry ulit sa mga awkward moments and bulul-bulul moments. Thank you for listening and I hope this help you for your second monthly exam. Good luck, God bless, and Jesus loves you.